Hello everyone, welcome to Fenix A320. Currently inbound towards Salzburg. We just come past the Salzburg VOR at 6,500 feet, descending to 5,000 initial approach altitude. We're flying the RNAV Yankee approach, runway 33 at Salzburg, which is the north-facing one. Coming from the north, that's why we're taking this one. If we were coming from the south, we could take the RNAV Zulu approach, I think, which is a through the valleys kind of style thing. Very similar to RNAV08 at Innsbruck, also got a 3.6 degree descent path and so on. So we're currently using this new FLS system, which I'm not sure if I actually like because it doesn't actually engage in approach mode just yet. So currently on nav and descent, looking for the kind of runway, I suppose. I don't think we're actually going to get it because, well, it's over there, so I might actually turn it off for this one because it doesn't seem like it's actually going to get us to the place where we want to be. So settings, FLS is off. There you go, that's better. Now we can engage final lap. The final lap doesn't work with SLS, it seems, and I need to actually confirm this with 320 Sim Pilot, to be honest. Flaps 1. So we're now on the RNAV profile. That's the station. That one there. Got the Salzburg airport in sight there. Gears coming down. Descending on profile. And then the right turn should be automatic in the Yankee approach. There's a Victor, which is RNAV to visual, which means at that point we turn visual. But this one is also a fully automated approach potentially. Flaps 2. Speed checked. Still maintaining profile. Speed check, flaps 3. There you go, diddling off to the right a bit there. Salzburg traffic, outbound 23 Tango, downwind RNAV Yankee 33 to land. Okay, we can do flaps full. There you go. I'm using a low res texture pack, which actually makes no difference. In fact, I think it's actually worse performance than the high res one that's included with the thing, so I'll be getting rid of that shortly afterwards. Now the theory is that this will now fly itself. I'm going to let it fly itself as much as possible. We can see we're just abeam the threshold just about now. It's very much a short approach. Short approach means we start our base leg, abeam the runway threshold, no later than. Given that we've got a 2 knot wind coming from the north. Berchtesgaden behind us here, Hallein and Adnet, and then going down towards the Hohe Tauern. Now let's see what happens. We're on final lap. And any second now we should deviate to the right. There we go, following the glide path. Fantastic. Flaps are set, cabin's set, everything's good to go. See what happens. I can't actually see the runway. It's a right turn. Let's see what the first officer would be seeing if they were there. We'd be seeing this nice little castle. There's the runway there. Got the Salzburg castle there. Still about to turn final. Maintaining that profile. 1,000. The RNAV is flying it. I mean the aircraft is flying it. At some point I switch to visual. So happy I've got the runway in sight, but I want to see what the plane's actually capable of doing, so I'm going to leave the plane doing everything. See if it can actually get us lined up to a 1.4 mile final approach. There's final. We're at 2 reds, 2 whites, bang on the Pappy. Very impressive, 31 frames per second coming in now.
500.
Oh wow, I'm impressed.
100 above. 400.
It's almost like a full auto land system. About to hit minimum.
Minimum
Continue.
300.
That's me now taking over.
200. 100. 50. 40. 30.
Terrain.
10. 5.
'There's something I need to change. General options. You can see the runway there is not looking very good. Texture. No, still not good enough. Let's see 16. There you go, that's better. So that greatly increases the runway centerline markings, really. Okay, vacate left. There we go, Salzburg Airport. Smooth but very floaty landing, so I'm not going to give myself too much kudos for that. You kind of want to continuously go downwards when you land, you don't want to go upwards. You can go flat on the notion that you then go downwards afterwards. That was 142 feet per minute, so it wasn't even that smooth, and that's why. Too floaty, you lose too much energy and then you drop faster. Whereas if you unfloatiness it, so you kind of come in a bit more flat, but still go down the whole time, you have enough energy that the flare basically is really smooth. Whereas there was a bit too erratic in the flare, and then the descent rate picks up too much because you effectively lose lift. I'm getting a nice 29 frames per second at the moment, which is not bad at all. The Red Bull hangar. And then you've got Tuff. Into the main apron. There's the engines off. Nice. Okay, so things to do, I think, are... What is anisotropic filtering, actually? Let's look that up. Anisotropic filtering is when... Yeah, used depending on the angle of the surface. So it's like when you're coming in to land on a runway, if you have trilinear, you'll have lots of blurries, whereas if you've got anisotropic, you'll have very good resolution also at an angle. So obviously all of the textures are designed from the top down, right? And as we get closer and closer to an angle, they start to lose resolution as you go further away, and the anisotropic filtering is basically to try and reduce that as much as possible. And that becomes extremely important on final approach and stuff like that. So it is important to have that setting whacked up. Sadly, yes, it is one of those ones that affects performance, but in my mind it is also extremely important for the visuals. Yeah, so it has to be 16 for me. Super sampling. Let's check what super sampling is. It's anti-aliasing. Let's put that to 4. There you go, we haven't really lost much performance from doing that. Still got a solid 30 frames per second or so. Yeah. Let's have a quick walk around then. Deleted a bunch of stuff from that top panel. It's a shame that the EasyJet one doesn't have tyre markings, you know. I'd like to see the manufacturer in there and actually inspect the tyre number. Oh, wait. What's that? Radial. Goodyear. Oh, I've got Goodyear tyres. It's also more realistic, you can't actually read them that clearly. Yeah, we've got the wing. Bottom left wing is one of the places where the registration is required to be, so bottom left wing, and then on the fuselage. Yeah, let's go and have a look at the airport for a brief second then. Let's increase the speed slightly. See if we can get anything here. Parking house. Nope. Terminal building. Probably also nope. Yep, nothing in there. Got the fire engines there. Control tower. Come on, this has got to be something good. Oh, the control tower. Look at that. Bounty, is this like work? Bet he's my flight instructor, but he's also a Innsbruck controller. Nice. Okay, crossing over here, we got some storage hangars. Here we got the runway itself, general aviation terminal up there, and the Christophorus and rescue helicopter sites. This car park here, I sat in there for a few minutes waiting for my turbo appointment. And you drive down here, we got the Red Bull hangar. Let's see if there's anything interesting in there. Nope, just some decals on the main. So you could have 3D modelled something fun. Although we do have a Red Bull, looks like a Skyhawk actually, an A45. Coming around the back then, got the fire engine place. Further down there's TUV. Lane 2, lane 1, that's where you go to get your car checked out. Yeah, and then we can continue into the city, I suppose, but there's no need to do that. Everyone knows Salzburg. But what a lovely airport. The textures do need fixing, so they match being proper. But that's something unfortunately developers don't really pay attention to, and it is also my bad. I'm using this Google Maps replacement mod with the Bing updated imagery, so this is Bing's imagery from 2022 or so, 21, which is significantly better, and also Google tends to have patches which don't have the same color grading, etc., whereas Bing is much more consistent throughout. The only problem is whatever Microsoft used is very vivid and weird, which is what you see there. Basically, that airport has been custom built to match Microsoft's Bing imagery. So yeah, you miss a few things there. Coming now into Salzburg, we've got the castle. Going up to the castle, there is a small little funicular railway. I wonder if that's modelled. That should be here. Okay, there it is. It's there. It goes up. It's not modelled really. It's just part of the terrain. There's the castle. That is realistic. I like that. Coming down from the castle, we fly through the city. We've got the weird man on the globe. It's been there forever. We then have the cathedral. And then around here we got another cathedral. And another church. Salzburg is full of churches. Coming across now downwards here, this is Mozart Square. Mozart's house is just here. Or maybe it's this one. I think it's that one. It's one of these houses here, basically. Yeah, and other than that, got some cranes and some other things. And some lovely scenery. Salzburg would be easier to fly in, actually. You'd have more of a horizon to work with, at least. You don't get a horizon when you fly in Innsbruck. You can't. Visual flying is a bit tricky there, because basically, when you look out the window trying to discern where is the kind of level that I'm trying to keep my cockpit cowling reference to, you don't have it. You just rely on your instruments a bit more, until you get a really good feel for the plane, I suppose. But there you go. RNAV Yankee 33 at Salzburg. Amazing.